Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rebecca with Holistic Honey, and this video is all about treating sciatica pain. So before we even get started on the exercises, it's very important to understand that sciatica is not the issue itself. Sciatica is more of a symptom of something else going on internally. That can be a ruptured disc, a herniated disc. Most commonly, most likely it's going to be a bulging disc, which a lot of people experience pain from. But a lot of different things could be going on, so just keep that in mind, especially if this has been a chronic issue that you're dealing with. I always suggest going to see a physical therapist or your doctor to really get to see what the root of the problem is. So for these exercises we're going to do today, they should provide some relief, but keep in mind, first off, it's not going to be overnight. I have dealt with sciatica pain off and on for about 5 years. And when I keep up with these stretches and do these exercises daily or even weekly, I don't experience any pain. But I know for a fact that mine was a bulging disc. Okay, so again, keep that in mind. If these exercises are not helping after some time, then especially if you're making it worse, quit this and go get checked out for sure. But if you do know that you have a bulging disc or herniated disc, these should provide some relief for you. All right, so for the first thing we're gonna do, and this can be done at home, so you can either grab a pillow, or if you have anything like this, like an ab mat, go ahead and grab that. You can pause the video and come back. So depending on the severity of the sciatica pain, depending on how intense it is in the low back, this should provide some relief, but that's also gonna affect how you feel in this movement. Okay, so we're gonna lay this down, and if you have pillows, you can lay 1 to 2 pillows down. I would say 2 for more severe pain. From here, we're just gonna rest for a moment. Okay, so you can just lay your head down, relax your body weight, and you wanna keep your back in a pretty neutral position, so just relax. And just notice if you see, or if you feel any kind of pain here. If you do, then that's when I would suggest getting something a little bit bigger to prop yourself up. So when you're working through these in the morning, this is a great way to start right when you get out of bed. And I would hold this for about 60 seconds. And then as that starts to feel a little bit better, we're going to remove the pillow or the assistance there and just lay all the way flat. And just notice how you feel in this position. You can even pause the video and relax here for the next minute or two. Allowing the muscles to just relax, get a little bit deeper with your breath. Sometimes when we go through these exercises, if we rush it, we don't really pay attention to exactly how our body is responding. So that's a really important part of this. Okay, so from here, we're gonna start to move up into a Sphinx pose. So propping the elbows up and just ease yourself up into this. If your sciatica pain is really severe, this might be a little too painful, and I would recommend just going down to what we were just at, either flat or having the little bit of assistance there under the belly. Okay, so from here, start to engage your core by pulling your belly button in as you press the tops of your feet down and just relax the hips. So often for a bulging disc, it's kind of being pressed out on one side of the vertebrae. So we want to try to kind of stretch it. If you find yourself hunching over from the pain to try to correct it, it probably is bulging out this way. So you want to try to correct that by spending some time just holding this position. We want to push that disc back the other way so it's in a neutral position. And in the morning you can hang out here for several minutes, just allowing that stretch to relax through your body. And then the next one is pressing up. So we're gonna put our hands under the chest, under the shoulders, press the tops of your feet down. It's not gonna be quite a full up dog, because what we want here is to keep contact with our hips on the ground. So as you lift up, pull from the shoulders, squeeze your belly button in, and start to just see where that tension is, see where that pain is. And if you find that spot, just hold it there for a couple seconds and then release. And we're gonna do that for reps. So in the morning, I would suggest doing about 10 of these reps. And if you notice it's not pushing to that threshold of pain, and you wanna try to go deeper, just do it gently and slowly. Maybe you can even press up full extension. See, if I press up all the way, my hips start to leave the ground. So I'm gonna keep a little bit of bend in my elbow and then lower back down. You can even take the hands out just a little wider if you need some more space in the shoulders. And just try that out a few times. In the description below on this video, I'm going to have the reps that I suggest to do for each morning. We're just doing a few together so you can try it out. All right, now go ahead and relax and just take a moment to breathe at the bottom, just relaxing all the way head to the ground. Take a couple big breaths. If you are experiencing a lot of pain, sometimes these stretches can kind of just light that up a little bit. So give the body a chance to relax again. Okay, now keeping your core engaged, we're going to press up to our hands and to our knees. So we're in a tabletop position. So here in tabletop, let's just start with a few cat-cows. This is always a great way to warm up the body, to get the energy flowing. And be very conscious of, this is our cow position when we press the back up. When you drop down, cat position, when you drop down to cow, where you drop the belly down. If this hurts or feels like too much, then you want to come back to neutral, but still open the chest. So it's going to be different for everybody with that threshold. After a few rounds there, we're going to come back to neutral. Here, now pressing the weight into the left hand, into the top of the right foot. Keep the belly engaged so the back is pretty neutral, and we're going to start to extend the right leg and the left foot. And just take this slow so you find your balance. Good, holding it here. And then start to move with your breath. Inhale as you're long and extended. Exhale as you bring the knee to the elbow. And if that's a little too much, you can even just bring it about halfway. So inhale, extend. Exhale to crunch. We're just going to do a few on each side. Again, you'll have more reps to do in an actual morning routine. And then come back to neutral. And this is a good exercise too to figure out where you're feeling that pain, because it's always good, especially before physical therapy or going to see a doctor, to be able to really describe what exercises or what movements are causing pain. That's going to help them diagnose you. So now extending the left arm and the right foot back. Find your balance first. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, crunch the knee to elbow or just close to it. Nice and slow. And then we'll come back through center. Okay, now rolling it on over. Just go ahead and flip it over, lying on your back. Another great one that I learned in physical therapy when I first started dealing with this issue, and it doesn't feel like you're doing a lot, but it really helped. One of the first stretches I would do in the morning, we're gonna lengthen the left leg and then pull the right knee into the chest. So if you have really severe pain, this might be a little bit too much as you pull the knee in. So what I would suggest is taking the long leg, the extended left leg, and just bending at the knee, placing the foot down. So that way you're kind of giving yourself a little less range of motion. All right, so whichever version you're gonna be in, we're gonna drop that right leg back down again and then pull it in to the chest. And you're just gonna repeat this. We'll do about, we're not gonna do it today in the video, but in the morning I would do about 2 sets of 20. Okay, and then release that back down, and we're gonna switch sides. So the right leg can either be extended or the knee up. And depending on your size, this might feel a little bit different. Start to pull the left knee in, and then extend it long. You don't have to move with the breath, but always be conscious of the breath. It's gonna help you stay tuned into the body to see where this pain really is. Take it nice and slow, staying very gentle. And then release. All right, from here, we're gonna go into some hip bridge raises. These are great exercises to strengthen the glutes because again, the sciatica pain, remember that's not the issue. Sometimes maybe some of our other muscles are not strong enough and we're having some compensation. So we wanna make sure that we're strengthening the glute area. So from this position, knees up, feet down, start to lift the hips up. So you're squeezing your glutes. We'll hold it there for about 2 seconds and then lower back down. So start to move with your breath here. You can inhale at the bottom, Exhale as you squeeze up. Inhale back down. Exhale, squeeze up. And that just gives you a nice little rhythm and pace to stick with. And then release. All right, now keeping the knees up, but take the feet a little bit wider. So about as wide as a yoga mat is. Arms can be out to a T. And just windshield wiper the knees back and forth. Again, depending on the type of pain you're having, if this feels too intense, go slower, don't go quite as deep. Maybe you just drop the knees over a few inches. But this is a really nice gentle stretch for the low back, even into the upper glutes and the outer hips. And after you go through a few times of that, then you can just hold it to one side. So notice if you feel any tension as you hold this. If you're in pain, you might be clenching your muscles. Do your best to use your exhales to relax. So inhale, create a little space. Exhale, just start focusing on the relaxation, maybe in your shoulders or in your face. I find that when I relax somewhere else in my body, that helps the area being stretched to relax as well. All right, gently come back through center and then switch sides. Find your breath. And then gently bring the knees back through center. Another stretch I really like is just cradling the knees into the chest, giving yourself a squeeze here, and then rocking side to side really gently on the low back. It's just a nice little massage. All right, then release, take a nice big stretch overhead, arms extended, legs extended and pointed. And then you can just roll off to the side to gently press yourself back up. So like I said before, I'm gonna post the actual workout or the regimen that I would use in the description below. This was just kind of a guide of how to do those movements. And I have even more of those. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share your comments below. And I'll be putting out more content like this. So if you have any questions or just other ideas of content you'd like to see, please let me know in those comments. Hope to see you guys soon.